Hi there. The following information I could have added on to my video on the letter I sent to the Human National Trafficking Hotline in October of 2022. This really is a continuance of that letter, so I'm discuss the points about human trafficking in a little bit more detail. Human trafficking is defined as human trafficking is the business of stealing freedom for profit. In some cases, traffickers trick, defraud, or physically force victims into selling sex. In others, victims are lied to, assaulted, threatened, or manipulated into working under inhumane, illegal, or otherwise unacceptable conditions. It is a multi-billion-dollar criminal industry that denies freedom to 24.9 million people around the world. Human trafficking is the use of force, fraud, or coercion to get another person to provide labor or commercial sex. Worldwide, experts believe there are more situations of labor trafficking than of sex trafficking, which I believe was my situation. But there is a much wider awareness of sex trafficking in the U.S. than of labor trafficking. Labor trafficking, the recruitment, harboring, transportation, provision, or obtaining of a person for labor or services through the use of force, fraud, or coercion for the purpose of subjection to involuntary servitude, peonage, debt bondage, or slavery. Labor trafficking is a form of modern-day slavery in which individuals perform labor or services through the use of force, fraud, or coercion. Labor trafficking includes situations of debt bondage, forced labor, and involuntary child labor. Labor traffickers use violence, threat, lies, and other forms of coercion to force people to work against their will in many industries. Common types of labor trafficking include people forced to work in homes as domestic servants, farm workers coerced through violence as they harvest crops, or factory workers held in inhumane conditions with little to no pay. And the following sources are also. This is also known as frenetic intemperance at heightened particular states with the technology. Its definition is as follows, and I got this from an American Needs Fatima and TFP out of their book Return to Order, which is an excellent book written by John Horvath. I much recommend you reading it. They describe this time and with technology and where it finds us in our beings as human beings as frenetic intemperance. Its definition is as follows: seeking to throw off legitimate restraints and gratify disordered passions. We can define frenetic intemperance as a restless, explosive, I could add to that also aimless and relentless drive inside man that manifests itself in modern economy. Number one, by seeking to throw off legitimate restraints, and two, by gratifying disordered passions. It tends to form an economic undercurrent whose action can be likened to that of a faulty accelerator or regulator that takes an otherwise well-functioning machine and throws it out of balance. And this does come from the returntoorder.org website. It has it defined as frenetic intemperance. And the other sites I have here listed, the polarisproject.org, as well as hcf.hhs.gov, a government site on human trafficking, and the Human Trafficking Hotline with labor trafficking information. And once again, thank you for your time.